Hey everybody, it's Lance Bell, and it's the Daily Quickie. And today we're talking about what happened close to me. Sort of. Now, this actually happened up in Cleveland. I'm not in Akron, it's about 30 miles away. And as you can see the title of the article from the Plain Dealer, it says, Man charged in Cleveland bar shooting after argument with Donald Trump. Really? Now, I'm going to talk about this a little bit, but let's look at this article subjectively, and I'll try to break it down for you. Now it says here, according to the article, a man accused of shooting a fellow bar patron because he supported Donald Trump for president turned himself into police on Friday. Now, Darnell Hall, 45, is charged with felonious assault. His bond was set at $15,000 Saturday during his initial appearance in Cleveland Municipal Court. Okay. Normally, if you shoot somebody, especially at a bar, bond is usually more than $15,000. And if Cleveland Municipal Court uses the 10% rule, you needed $1,500. Really? That bond is set that low? But it gets more interesting in this article. Now, the shooting happened about 5 p.m. on July 25th at the Winston Bar on East 131st and Miles. Now, anybody who knows East Cleveland knows this. It's not the greatest part of town. Never have been, probably never will be. Now, I'm scrolling down an article here. It says here that defense attorney Harley Berner said during his hearing that Hall and a 60-year-old man got into an argument because the other man was saying that Donald Trump would be a good president. Now, Mr. Hall disagreed and a fight ensued. You know, I learned something a long, long time ago. Unless you know everyone very well at a bar, never talk about politics. Never, ever do that at a bar. Unless you know them really, really well. Now, according to Cleveland police, he said the men met at the back patio. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense there. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for me in this article. It says here, the bar... I'm jumping the gun here. Hold on, let me start a paragraph before. The men, who's both regulars at the bar, started talking about the presidential election with the 60-year-old man saying he preferred Donald Trump. Now, according to this article, the bar's owner jumped in to separate them and brought the 60-year-old into the bar. Hall walked around the outside the bar and through the front door. And then the argument rekindled, according to the Plain Deal article. Now, Hall pulled a pistol from his pants and shot the 60-year-old man in the right thigh. Now, Hall, at that point, ran out of the bar's front door, jumped into a Cadillac truck, and drove off, according to police. And, of course, there's a different story, separate version of the story. Now, folks, I learned something a long time ago. There's always 3 versions to the story. The one person's side of the story, the other side person's the story, and the truth. Those are usually the 3, you know. Now, this where it gets really interesting. Hall was sentenced in April to 18 months of probation after he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor assault charge related to a May 7, 2015 incident at the same bar. Okay. I gotta ask the question. Why was he allowed back in a bar in the first fucking place? There's my first question. Most respecting bars I've ever been to, you get banned. You know, especially if you hit a woman with a bottle, or anyone for that matter with a bottle. Let's get serious here, folks. Why was he let back into that bar? Is this bar so piss poor ran? You know? Geez, and I know bar owners. They'll never allow that to happen. Come on now. Let's use some common sense here. You know, ugh. Now, Hall ran into the Cleveland police detective assigned to his case at Winston's Bar in October after he had posted bond. The officer was off duty and the man confronted him. Hall told the officer he was out in jail and asked the officer what he wanted to do, according to the court records. The officer left the bar and told Cuyahoga County prosecutors about the encounter. Now, this I do agree with. The officer, even if he was off duty, did the right thing. Why compromise a court case like that? He had no choice but to tell the prosecutor, and anybody else different is lying, and you know you're lying. You know, this case just baffles the hell out of me. Why would, number one, you get in the bar, probably pretty inebriated, talk about politics, number one. 2, why did this bar on the wrong side of town, even let this guy back in. Like I said earlier, most places would have banned his ass. And 3, why would you talk to an off-duty detective, especially if you know that detective? The fact that Mr. Hall knew he's the detective that's there off-duty, probably enjoying himself. People who know me know I have the beer review channel, also according to this, with this channel also. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, as somebody who drinks for reviews, even I go to the bars also, why would you let it get that far to begin with? Why? Please tell me why. I want to fucking know. Well, folks, I'm going to get off here. I'm done ranting. But this is your daily quickie for August the 8th, 2016.